Honorable Cultural Councillor Mr. Syed, Reza, MirMohammadi, the admirers of Nazrul and Hafiz on my left, on my right, and on the front. Assalamu alaikum. Because of time, I couldn't mention everybody, but I know you were all very graciously poised to speak on the topic. I'll take only 2 minutes. I say this in English because I want the counselor to understand something. I've said it many times, but I don't think I have reached their hearts. The point that they should note is that Iran can be and should be at the top of world literature. Why? Because I'm a student of theoretical nuclear physics, I've taught research, but I have tremendous interest in literature, Bengali literature, the Persian literature, the English literature. I was to read English literature. My father wanted me to go in for that. Anyway, I have noticed that Iran has more than 3,000 years of very rich cultural heritage, and more recently in the persons of Khayyam, Hafiz, Sadi, Firdaus. I mean, name it, it's all there. It's not only an heritage of Iran, it's a heritage of the world. 3,000 years old heritage. But Iran has failed to do one thing. Every time I asked, please translate with transliteration. You have English like Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. If you don't write Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, read the Arabic or Bengali, it's all right, the meaning. But if you do the transliteration, an Englishman can also understand it. Let me give you just one example, because I'm from the branch of science, physicist. The photosynthesis, people think that it is not even 200 years old. But Sheikh Sadi thought of photosynthesis through the world of Kashf a long, long time ago. What did he say? Barge daraktane sabj, dar nazare hoshiyar, har ora ke daftaris marifate kar dega. Now it sounds very passionate. If I explain, everything will be Bangla. Dar nazare hoshiyar, najor, is an Arabic word. I mean, boli chokher najor kom hole ar kajol diye ki hobe. Najor. If the eyes of a hoshiyar, আমরা হুশিয়ার ব্যক্তি বলি, হুশিয়ার, if the eyes of an alert person falls on the darat sabj, darat sabj মানে সবজি, সবুজ, if the alert person's eye falls on the leaves of a green tree, what will he find? Har hamesha, har hamesha, har প্রত্যেক, har ওরাকে leaves কি পাবে? মারেফাতে কার দেগা। তো কারিগরের এক মারেফাত, সেটা মারেফাত এখানে কারিগরের মারেফাত পাবে, ওইখানে গুপ্ত জ্ঞান পাবে। একটা পাতা হলো একটা গুপ্ত জ্ঞান। আর কি দপ্তরিস, আমাদের দপ্তর কোথায়? এই ইয়েতে আমাদের হেডকোয়ার্টার যেখানে আগে এখন যেখানে আছে, তো ওইখানে দপ্তর মানে যেখানে সব কালেকশন আছে। So now you analyze it, you find that this is actually refers to photosynthesis. Now if this is read by an Englishman while he is talking, traveling in a tube or on a bus, they have the habit of reading all the time, they will think a lot about Iranian culture. Now, I have been always saying, take a few persons like Khayyam, like Sheikh Sadi, Hafiz, Firdaus. Here before my eyes is sitting Dr. Isa Syed. I've been encouraging him for long, and he has done quite something. But he has still not done the translation. He cannot, because he has to be encouraged. In English, write the transliteration. Write the Persian. It must be read in Persian. And then the meaning and the transliteration. If you can complete this task, I tell you, you will be at the height of world literature. Iran already has, during, all these restrictions on Iran, have done Iran a great service.
Yes.
Today, Iran, in the world of stem cell research, is in a position of third or fourth. You know that already. Iran. So Iran has made tremendous advances. So those, my dear friend, it's my earnest request. Please do that. Please do that.
Okay.
It will not cost you fortunes, not $1 billion, maybe $1 million. But one plane, and having another plane to replace it, cost millions and millions of dollars. These are for establishment of peace for long, for establishing world heritage. And this will pay you dividends in the very long run. Now come to, since you have come here, I have to give you to something new. And what new things? I will give you two new things about Hafiz and Nazrul. Being a scientist, my attention would be, first example, my attention would be on the symbiotic relationship in nature. Tagore, I've always admired Tagore for the symbiotic relationship in nature. And you have all heard Tagore's poem. That poem is especially Origrihobashi. The example is, you consider a bee. It's mentioned in the Quran. Bee is very structured, how it moves, and it receives wahi. Our prophets received wahi from the Lord. In the Quran it says that the bee receives wahi to build its nest on the housetop, on trees, on everywhere, and to travel along directed lines. In our book called Scientific Indications in the Holy Quran, a book, I think a copy lies here. We have given the translation. Now, the bee needs the flower, otherwise how will you collect the nectar? And the flower needs the bee, otherwise how will its generation thrive? But if the bee goes to a flower and say, open up, I'll collect your nectar, this prosaic language does not appeal of the bee, does not appeal to the flower. So Tagore says, যে মৌমাছি ফিরে যাচ্ছে ফুলের দক্ষিণা, পাখায় বাজায় তার ভিখারির বীণা, মাধবীতা বিপ্রাণে বায়ু কান্দে বিভোল তার খোলদার খোল ওরে গৃহবাসী. He says, oh flower, he just, instead of saying this open up, he goes round, hovering around the flower, and with the music playing on his wings. And this makes the flowers very soft, opens up, and both the flower and the bee, they meet their requirements. I have praised Tagore for long, but then very recently I discovered in the first ghazal in Bengali literature, which Nazrul wrote under the inspiration of Hafiz, this event is mentioned. How many of you have noted? Bulbuli tui phul shakhate dishne aji dol. Bulbul is a bird, and poetry says, don't drop the flower bed now. Why? Because the seeds of the flower, they are in slumber. They are sleeping. So don't disturb them. When will you come? Dokne hawa. Dokne hawa, maumachi jokhon ghazal gabe. When the maumachi, the bee will come with the ghazal. The word is ghazal. Nazrul used the word ghazal. The word is Bagichai bulbuli tui phul shakhate dishne aji dol. Ajo tar phul kolider ghum tuteni tongate bilo. Ajo hairi to shakhay uttoribai ঝুলছে নিশিদিন আসেনি দক্ষিণে হাওয়া, the southern bridge, আসেনি দক্ষিণে হাওয়া গজল গাওয়া মৌমাছি বিভোর. So the maumachi, the flower, wait till the bee comes singing a ghazal. And this, I thought, when was this written? And when was Tagore's? Tagore wrote it in 1924. We went to Shantiniketan. Then he was the Dol Jonishtan. Sheikhane, he presented this song. And when did Nazrul did it? In the year 1917. He hurried on a train. His son died. He needed money. He wanted to sing this ghazal on his master's voice, HMV. So this is in 1917. So the Tagore must have read it. Must have read it. Look at the run of thoughts of the two great talents. But Nazrul could have been out there. His literary life, I mean, I have written a book on all this. His literary life consists of only 20 years. And the second example, I promised that I will finish in 5:45. I was still in 6 minutes. The second example that I give, so look at the first ghazal, which he was inspired to write through Hafiz. This very musical, symbiotic relationship of nature. The second example is, I have always thought about the Sufis of Bengal. They came from Khorasan, Nishapur, they came from Iraq, Baghdad, they came from many lands. But they did not know the language, our language. Then I said, how could they come and settle here and establish this religion of peace, of service on this planet, on here. In Bengal, no war was fought for establishing Islam. No war. I mean, the majority of Muslims, their quarter was in the north, UP. And Bengal, there was the Sufis that came around, and they won the hearts of the people through love and love and love. So let me give you an example. If, for example, a man is drenched in rainwater, and you bring him in, and he said, take these clothes and rest. Is it difficult for that person that you are loving him? If he is very hungry and you offer him some food. Is it very difficult for him to understand that you are loving him? If he's very feverish, if you take him to a doctor, give him some medicine, is it very difficult to find out for him that you are loving him? So, bhasha is called language. So, bhalobasha is the bhalo bhasha. There is no better language in the world than love. And this is what Hafiz. I've been long saying this, but I almost stood up my feet and tried to go up. As I found that this thought of mine was written by Hafiz. Page 23 of Diwan-e Hafiz. It is Jovidan publication, and yeah, it is long ago. Look what is written. Turkish in Arabic. In love are one. Turkish and Arabic in love are one. Look at the next sentence. Love speaks all languages beneath the sun. If you have love, you know all languages. Love speaks all languages beneath the sun. In Turkish and Arabic in love are one. Love speaks all languages beneath the sun. This is the central philosophy. Nazrul in Vidrohi, I've written a book called Vidrohi Kobitai Vigyaner Boshoki, the residents of science in that poem. He used everything from nature, nothing from man-made things, everything from nature. And this has been published. I think I gave to one of your. Can you sometimes, when you have leisure time, read parts of it to your honorable counselor so that he understands it? So now lastly, the Nazrul used opposites. Sometimes he said, Bashir Bashur, and he said, Ami Ogni, Ami Mari, Ami this. So opposites. And when will it be in love? When will it be quiet? Jabe Ottachari Khorok Krepan Bhimuran Merolibena, Ami Shaydin Hosanto. I'll be quiet only the day when the oppressed will be released from oppression, not only of Bengal, oppression of all the world over. সমস্ত জগতের যখন লোক অত্যাচারিতের দিকে হবে না, ভালোবাসা দ্বারা বন্ধন হবে, এই যে love which just I mentioned from Hafiz, in love they are one. You don't need a war. The foolish countries here, they don't understand that the Palestinians offered them land, hoping that when they come, they will live in peace and harmony with us. They did just the 180-degree reversal of the whole thing. So the best weapon on earth is love, love, and love. So this is common between Nazrul and Hafiz. So let us build a culture of peace, prosperity, and love. Thank you very much indeed. It's my 45.